Welcome back to part 2 of our E3 conference special. In this episode, we're going to be talking about Ubisoft and Sony's press conferences.
Indeed.
Still joined by Johnny.
Hey.
Still joined by Janny.
Hello.
And still joined by Jamie C.
Just about. Hello.
We didn't go anywhere, but it's a different episode. Don't watch that.
No, do watch that.
Okay, Ubisoft first then, I guess.
Yes, Ubisoft.
Ubisoft, alright.
As it happens, right. So, for some reason, Jerry Cantrell of Alice in Chains comes out and for some reason thinks that a video game is connected to playing a real guitar, and for some reason they made a new Rocksmith.
It looked cool, though. It did look kind of cool. If the whole jamming with a virtual band thing works as well as was shown there, then I could see it being really interesting. But
there's your peripheral facepalm.
Yeah, it's not for me. Not for me.
Well, wasn't the big deal with Rocksmith that you could use pretty much any electric guitar to play along?
I don't own an electric guitar.
Instead of just playing the electric guitar as it is.
Yeah, pretty much.
Or just playing an actual video game.
Well, if you're really good at playing electric guitar, but you have no friends, you can buy Rocksmith and they can play backup for you, and you could be your own.
That's
band.
like saying I could take my real car and just run over some Scare Electrics tracks.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure how, but I like the analogy. Alright, Rocksmith.
3 hours sleep and I haven't got a juice out here writing my script, so I've got to deal with what I've got.
And you guys were slating me for inappropriate links. Fuck. Alright, Rocksmith happened. Nobody cares about Rocksmith. Splinter Cell Blacklist.
Yes.
I saw stuff. I still don't know anything about that game. Johnny, talk to me about it.
So, well, actually, the only thing I care about is Spies vs. Mercs, because that was such a fun multiplayer in Splinter Cell. No, not Conviction. The other one before that, Spies vs. Mercs. It was in the what was the first? Double Agent.
Double Agent.
Yeah, it was Double Agent. That multiplayer mode is fantastic. A lot of fun. And they've revamped it for Blacklist. Super excited. The actual main story, I might give it a go, but.
Oh, so that's not okay, right? Because when I heard Spies vs. Mercs, I kind of just passed over it, thinking it was the one from the last game. But no,
it's a revamp.
Never content with just stealing the basic premise of Metal Gear Solid. They also had to copy Kojima by firing Michael Ironside and bringing someone else on as the lead voice for Sam Fisher.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. What is the world coming to?
I don't know.
They're going to fire the guy who does Mario next, aren't they?
I would cry. I think we're going to get to a point where Ellen Page and Willem Dafoe just double up on every game out there.
Yeah, Ellen Page is making her way around the games, isn't she?
Wait, what? Right. What games has she been in?
Well, she was in Last of Us until they had to redo her.
Not quite. Not quite.
Okay, Splinter Cell Blacklist, that happened. Rayman Legends is a thing that they were pushing.
Nope, looks good. And it's coming up for Vita, that's why I'm excited.
Are we getting the bonus content for Vita as well?
Yeah, baby.
It's like different bonus content for the Vita.
I was going to say, because when they first announced the bonus content, it was exclusive for Wii U, and it was as an apology for the delay, because it was supposed to be a launch title, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, just a couple of weeks after.
So if they're making that content available to everyone, then that kind of slaps their apology in the face as well. Also, who was the host this year? What was her name?
It's Aisha Tyler.
Aisha Tyler. Shout out to her, man. She did a good job hosting it. After Jack Tretton, she was the most likable, I think, stage presence out there.
I did want to just go away and watch loads of Archer, though.
Really?
There was a lot of just...
Is that her?
It's her in Archer, yeah.
Are you serious?
Yes.
She's Lana?
Yes, she's Lana.
Jesus Christ, why didn't I pick up on that? Fuck's sake.
Wasn't she in Friends for a little bit as well? As Joey's / Ross's... I don't know, anyway, fuck Friends.
Was she?
Oh, that's so crazy. I just assumed she was an Ubisoft executive.
That's what I thought.
Oh, she did it last year. She's got nothing to do with them other than the fact that she gets paid to like video games.
Cool.
Yeah,
Well,
it was a bit awkward, some of the humour, but...
I don't know.
Yeah, some of those jokes kind of got lost on that crowd.
Yeah, definitely.
I thought she was entertaining. I liked her hosting it, man. She did a good job. Better than Mr. Caffeine from a few years ago.
Yeah.
I think we all forget about Mr. Caffeine just because he hasn't been around for a few years. That was fucking god awful. Hopefully it never happens again.
I think they just do it on purpose because the more outrageous they are, the more you're going to talk about it, regardless of.
Was it them last year that had non-specific action figure? It was, wasn't it?
I can't remember that.
That was amazing. That was totally worth it. Anyway, Rayman Legends.
Yeah, I think it was good.
Just more of the same, right? Because
Yeah.
Rayman Origins was good. It was good fun.
It's more of the same then.
But this time, online multiplayer. That's what you need.
Yes, definitely.
Because that was lacking. That was a massive part missing from the other game.
Okay. What about the mighty quest for epic loot?
No, I'm gonna fuck off. Just really, what is going on?
I thought it looked pretty fun. I thought it looked humorous. It got my attention.
But it's a game that's already out.
Is it?
It's already in like beta mode or whatever, beta thingy. You can play it now if you go on the website. It's been on for ages.
Oh, is it sort of like a social game?
It's all through like browser, right, or something. I don't know.
It's a browser game.
I don't. I gave up
Skip.
caring. Should I just pretend? Yeah, it's actually really good.
Alright, sweet. Yeah, play that. That's a good recommendation from Jamie. Moving on.
Yeah.
We got to see some more of South Park: The Stick of Truth.
Looks pretty
Yes.
good, doesn't it?
Oh, Gianni, did you see the new trailer with Randy?
No, I need to watch it. I have to watch it.
It was
Just
amazing.
The Unagi thing, yeah. No, please. That alone, I could just watch that on repeat for the rest of their presentation.
That game is one
You're
of my most anticipated titles this year, man.
It's in good hands now as well.
It
You know what
looks
surprised me the most? Yeah, it looks exactly like the show.
That's the whole point with it. That's what
Yeah.
they're trying to do.
Done a
Great.
really great job.
well. That's what Trey and Matt said last year at E3, right? When they first announced it, when it was with THQ,
Right.
they said they wouldn't personally work on a South Park game unless they were 100% sure it could be just like the show.
Yeah.
Really? Is that
Yeah.
what they said?
That's what they said, and they've pretty much got it spot on.
Yeah.
Well, these are their babies, right? They've had these for years. They're not going to just let you fucking do it over.
Well, they did because there was a crap. There's been a few crap.
Yeah,
South
but they
Park
were just
games.
licensed. Like Matt and Trey didn't work on them directly,
I
like
see.
they did on this.
I don't know, man. South Park for the N64 was wicked.
No, it wasn't.
It was fucking horrible. Look, just from a snowball.
You're too young to play it.
I didn't like it, man. And that last boss, man. Oh my god, that robot. That can fuck off.
See, now you remember more than I do.
So the game is like a turn-based RPG, right? Almost like a
Yeah.
JRPG, but with South Park characters.
Yeah.
I am totally ready for it, man.
What's it on? Is it on everything?
It's PS3, Xbox 360, and PC, right?
Current gen, yeah. So.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's
And
pretty
it's
cool.
Christmas release? Yeah, that'll do.
That'll do.
Lovely.
It's not that we fucking checked.
Good job.
No, it said it's coming this holiday season or whenever. It literally said that, I think.
Oh yeah, it did, didn't
Yeah.
it? Because of the whole like
Yeah.
mixed history on it. Cool.
Oh yeah.
But it's Obsidian. Was it Obsidian Studios
Obsidian, yeah.
within Ubisoft? There. No, that's good. It could work.
It's a cool story.
I'm excited. I think it's going to be good. The next game, I was convinced that this next game was Fast and Furious for the entire trailer until it said it was called The Crew, and it
I
looked
thought it was going to be Driver
really good.
Yeah, because there was a car that looked like the driver car.
because Driver's obviously Ubisoft.
The yellow one with the black stripes. Did you see that
Yeah.
car? I was like, oh my
Yeah.
god, it's a driver car. But yeah, no. The Crew.
Unless that's a nod and they wanted to put it in the trailer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it would have been there as like an Easter egg or to throw people off.
Yeah.
But The Crew, free roaming
Hmm.
across the entire United States.
Very impressive.
This looks like it's going to be one of those always online type games, but it's designed around it, so that's not really a bad thing. So
Yeah.
people can just randomly turn up and like race against you and stuff. It's almost like a driving MMO by the looks of things.
How can it free roam the entire United States? That's
No, it looks insane.
It does look insane.
That's way too much.
Yep. It's going to be the biggest game world map, I think they said.
Yeah, they did say that.
So, good on them. Looks pretty good.
If Ubisoft, to be fair, are really pushing boundaries with their ideas then, aren't they?
They want money, don't they?
See, isn't it?
Yeah,
nice.
Good.
A few years ago, Ubisoft just got awesome. Like, it just happened. One E3, they showed up and they were just awesome.
All the money that Assassin's Creed is just like shitting out, they can do what they want with it now.
Which is good.
They'll keep tricking people in with Assassin's Creed games, letting them pay money for that, laughing at them, and then actually spending it to make good games.
Yeah.
Another really cool thing they showed with the crew is you were able to completely strip down your car to literally just the wheels and axles.
That was so impressive.
Build it up from scratch the way you want it.
And you see like the engines and the pistons move and.
Yep. It's completely customizable.
On your iPad? Oh, I said it. Sorry.
Maybe it looked like it was in game. Though.
It's saying she went and got.
Oh yeah, she did. Yeah, she went to go.
She chose what she wanted the car to look like on the iPad.
Yeah, but no, it looks pretty good. Is that PS4 and Xbox One? Yeah.
Yeah. PS4 and Xbox One.
Cool.
After that, we saw Just Dance. After that, we saw a Rabbids TV show. Then we saw Assassin's Creed Black Flag, which was I felt really bad for them because it looked up until that point where it poopied. It looked really good. I thought
I don't care about them anymore.
Really?
Sorry,
you want to be a pirate?
I don't want to be a pirate.
That pirate ship mechanic, man. I want to be on the seas.
I thought the pirate ship stuff was good.
I'm intrigued. I'm interested.
I didn't play any of Assassin's Creed 3, but the naval battles were the bits that stood out the most in the trailers and stuff.
Yep.
So
a whole game revolved around that. Got me intrigued.
Definitely, I'm interested. Depending on, I'll probably wait for my trusted review sources to pick it up first.
Yeah, and hopefully it doesn't crash like that in the real game.
Yeah. But if it's good, I can see me picking it up, and it'll be the first Assassin's Creed game I've bought since AC2. So
yeah, I'm with Ben.
The thing is, unless they address the problems with Assassin's Creed 3, it's just going to be more of the same. And the issues is, it was buggy as hell. I got bored of it quite quickly anyway. But from what I did play, I've never come across a game with so many bugs. It was just ridiculous. It was almost unplayable.
Well, like Johnny said, the game froze on the stage, so that's not really a good.
Oh well, there you go. Start as you mean to go on. That's as it all needs to. If you can't even get a game ready for E3, so it doesn't fucking crash, then you've got no hope.
Well, no, it's a complicated game, and it's obviously still an alpha. Give them the benefit of the doubt, man. I think if they can shape it up, and like I said, like Ben said, I'll wait for reviews and see what they say. And I'm anticipating it.
After that, we saw Trials Fusion and Trials Frontier.
Yes, please.
One of the best things that they showed. Let's be honest.
Yeah. And the best thing about it is that it's not exclusive to Microsoft this time.
So it's gonna be on PC and PS4.
It's gonna be on the PS4, and then obviously you've got your mobile version as well in Frontier.
No one cares about the
But Fusion is the home console one.
And the trailer was really impressive. The trailer was it was panning across just a cloudy, futuristic skyline with buildings punctuating the clouds and stuff. And there was all epic score and stuff. And then suddenly dirt bikes from the clouds. And it was just, oh my god, it's Trials. I got really excited.
Yeah, very happy about that. Ah, get that.
Always down for more Trials games. It can never be a bad thing. Leading up to their big finale, man.
Yeah, I think this has been one of my most favourite things I've seen so far.
It stole the show for me. As I guess it's a tie with another game we're going to talk about later, but it's up there, man. They showed a new game called The Division,
and oh my god.
Yep.
Guys, have you both seen the trailers, right? You both.
Yeah, I was watching the presentation.
Have you rewatched the trailers? I have.
Yeah, I should.
Yeah.
I've got feels for that game.
I've got major feels for that game.
did you start geeking out about other stuff? Because whilst we were watching the gameplay reveal, initially I thought it was going to be Rainbow Six Patriots.
We were trying to guess what it was, because they didn't say what it was until the very end. But we're all guessing.
And then I was thinking, well, hang on a minute. Well, is it going to be Ghost Recon then? And as it progressed,
because he said like it's the return of a major franchise.
Yeah.
And then but he obviously just meant the name on the top rather than
the actual. Yeah. So it is Tom Clancy's The Division.
Tom Clancy. Yeah. But other than that,
so we were watching through the trailer. It was happening. People were talking. It took us a little while to realise that it was people playing the game and not in-game dialogue.
Yeah.
And then they came to this petrol station, or this like gas station looking place, and walked inside, and then Johnny was just like, oh my god, did you see him walk up those 3 steps? Oh my god, did you see how we walked up them? That is amazing animation.
I got really... The visual fidelity and the animation is just really top notch. Like, I can't stress that enough. I mean, I've rewatched that trailer so many times, and like it's all the extremely little details that just stand out to me. The amount of detail in the environment as well is nothing I've seen before. Like, this is basically one of the most impressive next-gen titles I've seen. That's really made me think, like, fucking hell, that can't happen like anywhere else, really. Like, I'm not even saying anything like that on PC. Like, just that dense, this huge open world with so much detail and like all the smooth animations, like him grabbing the bottle.
Oh, I knew that was coming.
Yeah,
that was another part of the trailer where like we were watching along, just impressed, and Johnny was like, "Did you see him pick up the bottle? How smooth was that? It was like one smooth motion. Oh my god, it was amazing!"
And him just closing that door of the police car when he went past it. I'm extremely excited for this game. This is a must-buy for me.
It's the little things, man, that impress you. So, what are we taking from it? It looks kind of like DayZ, but without zombies, right?
Wow. Well, there's just normal human enemies, but also you have to worry about other squads, other online players, and it seems like you have to get rations, you have to get food and water and equipment and weapons. You have to procure everything. So
there's germs on the money, man. There's germs on the
germs on them monies.
Yeah, because in the trailer it showed them fighting a group of AI opponents.
Yeah,
which kind of felt a little bit Borderlandsy because there was damage numbers coming off. But I think that plays into the fact that it's going to be an RPG shooter.
Yeah, so you have skills and you can upgrade stuff.
And then towards the end of the trailer, once they'd accomplished their objective and picked up the water, they went outside and the chick was like, "Oh my god, it's another team!" And then suddenly it broke into PvP.
Yeah, so
that was really cool.
Hugely excited for The Division. Yeah, well played, Ubisoft. Like, where did that come from? I thought Watch Dogs would have been their biggest thing, but no, they bring out something even bigger.
They did the same thing last year with Watch Dogs, didn't they? So well impressed.
They've got some good names on their roster now.
Yes.
They're doing the rounds. They're doing it.
Really impressed. Is there anything that we missed from Ubisoft?
Probably, but I think we got the main bits.
Okay. Well, let's move on to the other major one then, which was Sony's press conference.
Dun dun dun.
Dun dun dun.
So they just dropped the mic, didn't they?
They did drop the mic a little bit.
They did.
So let's start at the beginning, as everyone should.
All right.
They got Batman out of the way first, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is looks all right. Looks a lot like Arkham City, but
I thought it was Arkham City, to be honest, but it was 2:15 in the morning, so I wasn't really functioning on the highest level.
Yeah.
It's very similar, but that's not a bad thing because Arkham City was a really good game. So.
Yeah. Fine. I will probably keep an eye on it. I will most likely play it and buy it. But yeah, I'm sure it'll be good.
Okay, and then after that, they moved on to...
Did Jamie want to say anything about
that? Sorry, go on.
No, I mean, I'm wondering with that game, though, if it's the end of October, you're going to get the PS3 version, the Xbox 360 version, and then there'll be a couple of months wearing it before we get the PS4 and Xbox One version.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I mean, it's happened. I don't think
nothing's going to change. It won't be like extra content in that space. It'll just be a month difference.
Yeah. Is it going to be on Wii U as well?
Yes, Arkham Origins is on Wii U as well.
Nice.
Okay, cool. After that, Jack Tretton was on stage, swaggering about. He's a pretty cool guy. Really cool after last night, actually.
Yeah.
He announced that the PS3 is going to be coming out with a bundle for Grand Theft Auto 5.
Yes.
And also they've worked. I don't know which developer they worked with to make it, but there's an exclusive headset as well for Grand Theft Auto 5.
Yeah, pretty cool. Not much to say about that, really.
Yeah, I don't really care about that at all.
I mean, in the grand scheme of things now, I've kind of forgotten about Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, it's coming.
I was never going to be like, I haven't exactly got a pre-order down for it or anything, but it was one of those games that was kind of borderline anyway. But now it's just kind of completely forgotten about.
Yeah, I mean, after seeing like things like Watch Dogs and even The Division, like these huge, extremely detailed open worlds, GTA 5 has lost a lot of its charm for me. Like, because there just seems to be these other huge other worlds where you can do so much and so much detail. Where that's why I think that's why people like GTA 5, is because of the big open world, do whatever you want. Now we're getting a lot of that.
They like it for the crimes and the hookers, innit, blood?
I mean, it's still going to sell very well. I mean, don't get me wrong. GTA 5 will sell.
I think the hype will come back. We're maybe not too hyped for it now because we've had such an information overload of awesome new games over the last 24 hours. But once the game releases and all the details for it come out, I think the hype will build again. So
it's a unique situation as well because GTA's being prepared to come out, and yet there's 2 new consoles going head to head. So I think there's also that as well, which is sort of playing on it. So yeah, no, you're right though. The hype will come back for it, and it probably will be one of the best-selling games at the moment. But
you've got this game now, and you say it's launching just before these 2 consoles that we know exist, and we know they're coming this year. But this game will still make more money now than most games on the next gen of consoles ever will.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, true.
So it's still massive, yeah.
And don't forget, it will be a sign of things to come. I mean, if this whatever it will turn out to be, if it gets a good reception, then they've basically just sold GTA 6 before it's got any serious development behind it. So there's always that in the background. So this GTA could really help the franchise after the damage 4's done.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, I'm still looking forward to that because from what I've seen so far, I'm impressed. So it's just because it hasn't been mentioned much, because as you guys said, there's more exciting things in the future. Mm-hmm. But when that will all disappear for a bit, and GTA 5 will come back into it.
It's the way it rolls, man. So after they announced the GTA 5 bundle, they moved on to the real important stuff, which was showing us what the PS4 actually looked like.
Yeah, let's take a second. What do you guys think of the PS4 then? Happy with it?
I thought it'd look a bit more. I thought they'd go a little bit more out in the style ways. I mean, that's not to say I don't like it. I just thought it'd have. I don't know, the PS3 was a bit distinctive. This kind of looks like a suspended square Oreo.
A suspended square Oreo.
Makes total sense.
A square Oreo.
Okay.
I honestly thought it would be rounder.
Yeah, a lot of people have been saying that.
But and the designs are quite similar. It's amazing how they would have been under wraps for so long, nobody would have known.
And they've basically come up with the same thing.
And they look like the same, just one's a bit lazier. Yeah, one's in italics, yeah. But yeah, they've both got the gloss versus matte.
Yeah.
Checkerboard almost.
That's odd, that is, isn't it?
I actually really like it, guys. I think it looks really cool.
It's definitely got a PS2 flavour to it.
It's going to look really nice under my TV as well. It's going to match my room and stuff.
Yeah.
I think it looks sweet. It's also got like a little blue line through it. I can't tell if that glows or not.
I think it does glow, a small glow. But my PC glows bright blue, so that's not a problem.
It just breaks it up a bit, There's like a blue glow through the middle of the console, through the gap between the matte and the gloss.
What got me is that, they released all those photos like a couple of weeks ago saying, oh, look at the PS4, and then people stitched them together and like come up with this completely different machine.
Yeah.
That was quite funny. Like, it looked absolutely nothing like that. I don't know.
I think it's a grower as well. as I said, I've got nothing against it. I just thought there'd be a bit more to it. But
it's fine. Doesn't look too big. It looks like a pretty,
Yeah, it definitely doesn't look as big as the Xbox One.
Yeah, the X-Bone.
Yeah.
Nice.
Then after they showed that off, we saw a new IP, which was The Order 1886, which looks to be a sort of steampunky supernatural action game. But it looks.
If that is like a Van Helsing game, then I'm in.
Yeah.
Well, the general premise is that the Industrial Revolution came about to battle supernatural forces. So
yeah.
I'm pretty sure it is going to be that sort of game.
I don't even know what the game is yet. We've seen no footage, have we? So it's just a little...
Well, that was in engine, what you saw, it looked like. But
okay, no good then. But then do we know if the camera goes into their eye sockets and we're playing first person, or do we third person this one?
I'm hoping third person.
I would rather have third person. I'm not very good with first person.
Yeah, but no, definitely on our interest list then.
There's too many FPS as well. But then if you have third person, it might open you up to have good, ledge climbing and
it gives you a bit more
action. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm keeping an eye on this one. This is one I'd like to keep. Yeah,
it could be good. The graphics look tasty. If that's in engine, then I'm impressed. At the moment, I'm running on the assumption that it's pre-rendered. So
if you watch it, you can sort of see quote the flaws unquote. Like you can see like some sort of artifacts and like behind the characters and stuff.
Okay.
Well, that's what. But then again, it was like 3 a.m. I could have just been, bleeding from my eyes. I'll have to rewatch it. But I got the impression that it was in engine.
Well, if it is in engine, then I'm impressed. I do want to know more about that game, man. It looked pretty sweet. I like the idea of the premise, man. I've got a little bit of a soft spot for steampunk games and stuff, man. That aesthetic's kind of cool.
Yeah.
After that, they showed us some more of Killzone Shadowfall, which I was really impressed with because I love Killzone. What do you guys think?
Jamie.
It's one of my fallback games, I think. So if at launch I get let down by some others, it'd just probably be one of those, to be honest. I've got nothing against them, but I've not stuck with the series, so I would only go to it if I had to.
Did you complete any of them?
I think the first one on PS2. I don't remember finishing the others.
See, the story it's like a complete narrative, man, and I'm interested now. I'm like invested in their world, so I want to hear more of what's going on. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, like I said, no disrespect to it. I think it can be a great game.
Yeah, graphically it looks very nice.
Lovely.
I'm interested in the multiplayer because we played Killzone 2 together and that was a lot of fun. So if they have more of the same, it could be. Yeah, like Jamie said, if we get let down by some games, we can just pick that up and have a merry good old time with it.
We could pick it up pre-owned.
We could pick it up pre-owned.
Yes,
but more on that later.
By the way, I think we did skip some of the Vita stuff that happened.
Oh, okay.
Let's just have a quick talk about that. If that's all right.
They didn't really announce anything new for Vita, but they announced that everything would everything you'd be able to remote play via the PS4 and your Vita, right?
Yes.
So you can pretty much remote play all of your games, and I think they announced that the Gaikai streaming service that they were talking about at the reveal event is going to be available on the Vita as well, and you'll be able to stream PS4 and PS3 games, right?
Yeah.
Or was it PS3 and PS2?
I'm not too sure. I think they're even a little unsure.
Either way,
that's what it sounded like. But
it looks like that you're going to be able to stream a lot of PS3 games to your Vita via the Gaikai service, which means Johnny is a jammy prick and got himself another point from one of his fucking reveals about ports, man. Even though it doesn't really count as a port because it's being streamed, I guess you'll still get the points for that, you bastard.
Sweet. Well, they did announce God of War HD 1. And, the God of War HD. God of War HD 1 and 2. That's a port, yeah. They announced that.
Oh, alright.
I guess I get a point anyway. But yeah, I was actually very disappointed with the Vita stuff. I mean, they just showed stuff that we already knew about. They didn't show anything new. Which gets me a little bit worried.
I mean, I don't think I expected anything more than that. I mean, this event was always going to be about the PS4.
That's true. So, I was actually expecting a new PS Vita. I thought they would have like a PS Vita Slim or like a, something like a change in hardware, but
redesign,
color change.
Yeah, like something. A redesign. Yeah, I thought they would have a little bit more to say on the Vita, but like you said, I think they just want to focus on the PS4 and just get everything out of the way of that. But hopefully,
E3's not done, so I'd say there might be some more information leaking out over the next few days from the show floor. So
I reckon they're going to save it all for Tokyo Game Show for the Vita stuff.
That would make sense. But, fingers crossed for that Monster Hunter game that we've been wanting, man.
Yeah, did you guys see the Killzone Mercenaries stuff? So they showed a new trailer for the Vita.
So that was strong for the Vita, yeah.
Definitely the most graphically impressive thing on the Vita. That looks like a PS3 game.
That game's coming out soon as well, isn't it? It's August, I believe, or September.
I think
September. I'm pretty sure.
August. Okay, but yeah, that's a must-buy for any Vita owner. It looks like.
Really impressed. Was it 8-player online?
8-player, which I think could work. I mean, Gears of War 1 was 8-player, wasn't it? It was 4-on-4.
Halo 3 team battles were 4-on-4 as well. So
yeah, so I think it'll be fine because obviously with Killzone they're a little bit clunkier, they're a little bit slower, aren't they?
Yeah. You definitely feel weightier when the guns feel heavier as well. The entire game feels heavier than most other.
But super excited for that. So yeah, well done. And some other stuff they showed like Doki Doki World. Whatever.
I don't know what that is.
It doesn't. Okay, whatever. Yeah.
What is Doki Doki?
It looks like this obscure. I think it's Japanese. The name suggests, but yeah, it just looks like an obscure game. You sort of you create your little guy, and you make sort of planets, and you try and make robots like you or something. It was very early in the morning, and I wasn't taking it all in, but it looks okay, I guess. Not something that I would be interested in. But.
Cool. After that, they went on to show us some gameplay from Infamous Second Son, which looked amazing. That was one of the games that I was really looking forward to seeing going into E3 this year, after it got announced, and pretty much met and in some ways exceeded my expectations, really. I know Jamie was pretty impressed by this as well.
Yeah, I mean, this was the one I wanted to see in action. I was really excited about this. A big fan of the other games. I'm just a bit gutted it's not this year. I would have loved to pick this one up at launch.
Yeah, it's pretty disappointing. They said Q1, right?
It'll be an early spring release, yeah.
Yeah, so we're probably looking February, March.
But hey, polish it off, make sure it's the best Infamous ever, and then we're in business. Because I think number 1 was better than number 2.
Story-wise, I'd agree. I preferred the gameplay in number 2, though. Mainly just because of the extra powers you had. Like, the ability to launch with the ice powers and stuff was really convenient. And the Spider-Man electric web was really cool for getting around as well.
Yes. It definitely opened up more, but yeah, I still, story, yeah, definitely. But no, let's see it. Let's get it on there. Let's make sure it is the best one possible. I'm really, really excited about playing that.
If I was going to have a moan about anything, it would be... they said his powers are based on smoke, but it looked more like his powers were based on fire in this trailer.
There's no smoke without fire.
Yep. Well, he can do that smoke dash, which looks really cool.
It does look cool, but
and go in that vent. That was pretty decent.
Is it a smoke dash or is it a Roadrunner escape?
Oh my god. But all in all, I think it looked pretty good. The main character looks like a bit of a douchebag, but I'm sure he'll redeem himself throughout the game.
Yeah, he's going to be douche gone good.
Yeah, he's going to be one of them. And that was his brother, right, as well, in the trailer.
He reminded me a lot of the new Devil May Cry Dante, the main character, but that's just me.
No. There's definitely similarities between them.
Yeah. Even his
didn't swear as much, but...
Yeah, but the way his face looks very similar to the other Dante. But yeah, anyway, looks great. I'm stoked.
Bone structure.
They then went on to talk about their support for indie developers, and showed a genuinely really impressive mass of indie games all around a big curved stage, all on individual screens of indie titles that are coming to the PS4 and Vita, I guess.
Yeah, it is. Transistor looks good.
Transistor was the big one that they were pushing, right?
Yeah, by the guys who brought you Bastion.
Yeah.
So looks like Bastion the sequel.
It does.
Yeah.
So yeah, though you're a girl with a sword.
Jenny, you played a lot of Bastion, didn't you?
I loved Bastion.
Are you ready for another game by the guys that made Bastion?
Hell yes, yes. I'm intrigued by it. I really want this one to do well because they've got the momentum now. You know, Bastion is one of them, a bit like how Braid and Limbo of indie titles that just just shone through, and now they'll have more of a budget and more of a fan base to start off with. So hopefully it really does pull off.
Isometric heaven.
Yeah, the art style looks really nice, and I'm assuming that's a sword the main character's carrying. That is a really, really cool ass weapon. Like, it's not often that a character has a weapon that I think is really badass, but that one's up there, man. Well, that's an interesting one actually. When's the last time you saw a character's weapon and thought that is really cool?
Every day.
Seriously, I haven't played for ages. Do you remember that game Never Dead?
Never Dead?
Shit, one where he just falls apart and rolls back together?
Yeah, so it was a shit game, right? With some cool ideas. The coolest idea being that his sword was like a massive flip knife on his back, and it flipped open and stuff. That was the last time I saw a weapon and thought that is a cool ass weapon. And this one is probably the best one since then, man. Well impressed.
Yes.
Well, if we go by that, then I want Rob Schneider, the stapler from that episode of South Park.
I don't know. It's not quite as cool as a giant butterfly knife sword. Wait, no, it's not a butterfly knife. What is it?
I'd like to see them have a fight, though.
You know those little knives that you spin about? You know the one that Hit Girl was spinning about, yeah? In Kick-Ass. Like one of those, but enormous, sword-sized.
Alright, fair play.
Really cool weapon.
By the way, just you can cut this out if you want, but Ben, have you seen the Rooster Teeth RWBY trailers?
Ruby, man, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have. Really cool, man.
Just with you're talking about the awesome weapons. Just they all have awesome weapons.
Well, that's it's Monty Ohm, isn't it? Directing it. The guy who did like Haloid and stuff.
Yeah, so it's like this guy with like a shotgun scythe, and this is some really cool.
It's a sniper, man.
Oh, is it what it is?
Anti-tank sniper and scythe combo, man.
Yeah, like he's really cool at designing weapons.
Of course, Ben knows all about it. It's little girls in fancy dress.
So you've seen it as well, Jamie? Yeah.
Sorry.
Have you seen it as well?
I'm just looking at it now because you mentioned it. I'm gonna have a quick look. Every character is just something Ben would watch.
But it's basically the best fight scenes you'll ever see.
Yeah,
they're really, really well done. I suggest you watch it with Lizzie because she'll really like it as well.
They got Monty in to work on some of the later seasons of Red vs. Blue, where there was a lot of custom animation, and he did all that for them. And he was like, "Well, can I do something of my own?" And after how well received his animation was on Red vs. Blue, they were just like, "Yeah, that's fine. You can do whatever you want." And then he was like, "Right, I want to do an anime."
Yeah, he's doing this. The voice acting's a bit sketchy, but other than that,
the voice acting is just going to be people
Red versus Blue guys.
People from Rooster Teeth.
Yeah, I kind of wish it was silent because some of the voice acting's awful, but
put it on mute.
But the animation, Jay, it's fantastic. The fight scenes are so well done. But yeah, anyway, sorry.
Keep a little eye out, yeah.
Sorry, I just wanted to mention it.
Before we move on from the indie game talk, anyway, I want to talk about. Well, I don't want to talk about it. I just want to give a shout out to the new game by the guys that made the Scott Pilgrim game. That looked really cool as well.
Contra, yeah.
It did look a bit contrary, but there was mechs and it had the same sort of art style.
On the contrary. Sorry.
Contrary.
Little house on the contrary.
But yeah, no, that looked really sweet. There's a lot of indie support for PlayStation 4, which is cool.
Yeah, only a good thing. That's only a good thing.
So, moving on to the stuff that really matters. Hey, Johnny.
Oh, God.
Oh,
So, first and foremost, Johnny is a bitch because he said that an awesome Final Fantasy would get announced as a dream reveal, and Final Fantasy Versus 13 was officially re-announced as Final Fantasy 15, which counts as an announcement.
And it does look a lot different. Like, the gameplay is completely different from what we saw before, so it is kind of a new...
I wouldn't say it's completely different.
I mean, if you compare... Because I rewatched the Versus 13 stuff daily, because I'm like that. And then, I rewatched obviously the 15 gameplay. It's a lot different. Whereas Versus was more Kingdom Hearts. This looks... more action.
No, there was definitely some elements of it in there. I think they were just showing off, like moving through a level. Because remember, all the stuff that you saw there pretty much looked like it was from one segment of the game.
Yeah, that is true.
And it's going to have a world map and everything. This game, so
yeah, I don't know if you studied the trailer for 15, but that map was huge. What he was walking around on. Because it had in one of the screens, it had the map up like of the area, and it was very very large. That sword warp, oh my god!
Yeah, that blew me away. Like just throwing the sword and teleporting to it, especially when he was going up the wall. Like, oh my god!
Yeah, I mean this trailer right there. Like, I can forgive them for 13 and 13 too,
and 13 Lightning Returns
just because of this one game.
Anything with 13.
This is the game I want right here.
Yep. I agree, man.
The story looks really interesting. The characters look amazing. Gameplay. Cheers.
Really, really impressed. And more importantly for me, and probably you, Kingdom Hearts 3 has finally been shown.
Yes.
What did you think of it?
Super excited. So they've announced there's going to be obviously all new worlds. I'm liking the graphical style.
Yeah, same here. Really impressed by it. It's not quite 3D, not quite cel shaded, but somewhere in the middle.
Yeah, it's very unique. His hair looked amazing. Super. Basically, I think they've not even started development really on Kingdom Hearts 3. It basically just threw something together. Just said, hey, look, we are going to make this game, but I think we're going to get 15 obviously first, and then they're going to put into Kingdom Hearts 3. So I wonder how far they are with 15.
I'm super excited for it, man. And the possibilities now are just all over the place, man. Like they didn't own Marvel and stuff when Kingdom Hearts 2 came out, like, and now there's a big push to like put Marvel in different things. I see a fucking toy of like Wolverine in the Cars universe.
Oh my god.
It's definitely happening, man, across the board.
Just imagine Sora meeting Deadpool.
Mate, Sora going into an Avengers universe, that would be really cool. He can have his own little superhero costume, Donald Goofy, superheroes.
And it wouldn't be out of place, because look, they did Pirates of the Caribbean and Tron. Like, you wouldn't really expect that. So it's completely possible that they're going to be in a Marvel universe. I think they might give us a Final Fantasy universe, maybe. Do you reckon?
No, it won't happen. I'm not gonna hold out hope. Since I played Kingdom Hearts 1, I've been like, just give me a level set in Midgar or something. But
yeah, I suppose
it's not gonna happen.
But there's still a lot more Disney stuff to go. But yeah, super excited for Kingdom Hearts 3, and it's gonna be on Xbox One and PS4. So both of those titles. So
it's gonna be awesome.
That's a win-win for everyone. I'm really happy.
That's a win-win for you because you get points for both of those, you bastard. Anything from the rest of you guys? Any input on these? Because we could nerd out all day about them.
Yep.
Go on then. I'm not here.
You got nothing to say about Final Fantasy 15 or Kingdom Hearts 3.
We were watching that stream last night together. I woke up halfway through the Kingdom Hearts one. That's how much I love it.
Oh, so you didn't even see the trailer for Final Fantasy 15 then?
I didn't see any. I saw the start of Final Fantasy, and I kind of fell asleep.
Okay, I think you should go and watch it because it's completely different than any Final Fantasy they've ever released.
Yeah, whatever you think it is going to be like, it's not like that.
It's not like that. It looks really impressive. It looks more like an action game than an RPG, man.
Yeah, it pretty much is an action game. It looks like, doesn't it?
Really cool.
Show. I highly recommend that you watch it, Jace.
I will watch it. I do apologise.
Good.
It's more just
you fucking
when I've had more sleep, I'll bother to to watch it.
Johnny, what did Johnny think?
Well, again, I haven't seen it.
Okay.
But I'm incredibly excited. I can't actually add much more to it.
Cool.
But yeah, I'm extremely excited for it.
Play through Kingdom Hearts 2, you gimp.
I've got it, and I'm going to go get Kingdom Hearts 1 and play through that first.
Play through them both, and then you'll be excited for Kingdom Hearts 3, man.
So, and once you're done, you can just go on to GameTrailers.com and watch their Kingdom Hearts timeline video. It's about an hour long, and it goes through all of the Kingdom Hearts games and catches you up on the story.
It'll fill you in on all the bits you missed by not playing the handheld games.
And then I'll fill you in.
Hey.
Oh dear.
Now.
Late night seedy goodness.
I couldn't.
Save it for later.
Is there anything?
I will. I'd like to watch that Kingdom Hearts video through.
It's pretty cool. It just shows you basically their proof of concepts. Like,
yeah, it shows a little bit of gameplay.
Yeah, a little bit of early gameplay in a zone from Kingdom Hearts 2, but prettied up and like really nice graphically. And then just a little bit of action and stuff. It's clearly a really, really early build, but it looks nice already. So,
yeah,
I'll have a look. Yeah, not Final Fantasy.
Well, it looks good. Please do. Anyway,
I will watch the videos. Yeah.
Is there anything that we missed before we go on to the main event?
We mentioned the Vita stuff that I wanted to quickly say.
I think we're just down to pricing and, as Johnny put it at the start, dropping the mic.
Yeah, the main event then. All right, let's talk the main event. Does anyone want to go through the main event? Does anyone want to talk it up?
No, I think you can do a good job of that.
All right, cool. So this is the point where Jack Tretton came back out on the stage and he started giving his speech about how important Sony's customers are to them. He's like, we listen to you and we try and do what's best for you because we care about you. For this reason, we support used games. And they had a thing come up and it was like, Sony supports used games. He was like, when you buy a game from us, you own that game and you can sell it, you can lend it to a friend, or you can keep it forever. It's completely up to you. And the entire crowd erupted.
Yeah, it really was.
I've never seen it happen before at a press event like that.
It was such we're not going to do that, Microsoft.
Yeah, but is that? I think it may have been more from relief more than anything else, because there was always always a worry that they may, they may not follow suit. They may follow suit, but maybe have a tweak of it. So when I heard it, I was like, thank God for that. That's.
It's definitely going to sway a lot of people now, I think, who are like us, who are just thinking about getting one, and then just hearing all this stuff about used games being blocked, and instantly you're like, well, that doesn't sound good. Like, sometimes I buy used games, or sometimes I want to trade games in, and not having the option really limits you. Like, really just negatively, puts down on everything.
Well, I mean, I've always said if it wasn't for used games, I probably wouldn't be a gamer.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people only buy used games.
It's a currency, isn't it? You have to remember we're dealing with it as an extension of our money.
Because it just seems Microsoft think everyone has endless amounts of cash. Because, all of this stuff with, just iPads and smart glasses and Xbox Connects that you're forced to buy. And they just think, I don't know.
Well, they think all that, and they think that no one can afford a set-top box, so they'll throw it in with your console. But yeah, no, it's people trading games, not because it's not always about price. Sometimes you want to buy a game, you're not too sure on a franchise. So yeah, it does help to borrow one of your friends or just trade in something you finished, and it helps towards the cost. Otherwise, you're spending 50, 60 quid on a game, and you finish it, and then what? Nothing.
Yeah.
If you can get 20 quid for it, 25, even better. Then that helps, So it's as simple as that. As simple as that. Not everybody's 20 odds with a well-paid job. Parents have got kids, and kids are expensive. So if they can save some cash, they will.
Straight up, man. Preaching to the choir. Mm-hmm. So yeah. Anyway, the entire crowd's going crazy, right? There's people like, woo, yeah, like in the crowd. I can't believe it. I'm just like, what the fuck? I've never seen a press conference go this way before. And then they bring up another thing, and they're like, oh, you can play our console for as long as you want. You don't need to dial home every 24 hours. It will always work for you. And like, everyone's just, at this point, I'm assuming they're fucking pissing themselves laughing. I know I was. Like, just a direct swing for Microsoft's face right there, man.
And then, it was relentless.
Yeah, it was just like a 1-2 punch, and then they were like, and like, you can look for it in stores this holiday season for $399, 399 euros, or £349.99.
And that's it. Everyone just lost it.
Yeah, $100 cheaper than Microsoft's console, £80 cheaper than them here in the UK, and much better feature set, in my opinion, in the fact that you can actually trade in your games. I couldn't believe it. It was like fucking went exactly the way I would have thought to do it. I never would have thought Sony would have had the balls.
Exactly. I mean, Sony just made a lot of smart decisions. Sorry, I can't speak now. But yeah, they did what they had to do, didn't they? Really.
It's one of the best recoveries of all time, though, from the PS3 launch to now.
Yeah, they just really. I think they've really listened, haven't they? They really care. That's what I thought.
They get it, Johnny.
They do. They get it.
They've been there. They've seen the dark side. They do.
Yeah, they needed the PS3 to just sort of slap them a little bit, because when the PS2 was the best console ever made, they just thought, oh shit, now we're up on this high horse. Let's just do a little bit of a better PS2 and release that. They didn't really try and innovate. Like their online infrastructure for the PS3 at launch was just awful, like half-assed, like backwards compatibility, and then they had to scrap it. They didn't know what they were doing, but with this PS4 launch, they seem to be doing everything right for everyone. So,
was
GG.
Pretty much perfect in my opinion. What about the rest of you guys?
I couldn't have asked for that to go better.
Yeah.
I really couldn't. I think, they nailed things they wanted to get done. People were talking about, games that they thought would be revealed and then they weren't. And I thought, well, to be fair, you've seen games you didn't know were coming. Isn't that better than it being the ones you predicted? You still come away happy. Okay, we didn't see an Uncharted, we didn't see a new God of War, but did we need them? No, we're fine. We'll get them next time,
Yeah. Can only get stronger from here.
And then, alright, so that's pretty much how the press conference ended, right?
Yeah.
But afterwards, it didn't stop, right? So, Shuhei Yoshida on Twitter confirmed that the console was going to be region-free, so you'll be able to import your games from wherever if you want to play them.
It's a huge thing, because isn't PS3 is region locked, isn't it?
PS3 is region free, but Xbox is region locked.
Okay, right. Well, that's great.
And they released a video on YouTube, right, with Shuhei Yoshida and the other dude. I can't remember his name. It's the first time I've seen him this year at the press conferences.
Bloody
basically,
brilliant.
it was an instructional video on how to trade your games. So it started up. It was like, Stage 1, trade in your game, and then Shuhei just handed it over to the dude.
Yeah.
And, like,
have you seen the video? Shuhei looks so happy. He's got a big smile on his face. Oh, it's brilliant.
Do you think? I think what Sony have been clever, and they've kind of shook off this whole corporate image the PS3 brought around them. It was all very professional before. And now here they are openly mocking one of their competitors and winning fans.
Well, you've got to think, it's a different Sony, it's a different PlayStation than it was 7 years ago, right? Like, Kaz is pulling the strings now, and he's been on the show floor, he knows what's going on. So
it's weird saying this, but it's almost like gamers have actually built this console rather than a corporate face.
Well, no, it totally was, because they reached out to all the developers and asked them, what do you want to see in the PlayStation 4? How can we help you deliver great content? And they basically gave them a laundry list of things for them to comply to. So it was totally built by gamers.
But,
yeah.
And then they also had the other swipe when they were like, well, was it a swipe? I've read somewhere about that they were talking about how they're promoting indie developers as well to come on board.
Indies can self-publish on the PS4 platform, which they can't on Xbox One.
Which is fantastic.
They have to go through Microsoft.
I was going to say, did Microsoft even mention indie? I mean,
yeah, they did. They said in their press conference. I know we should have probably spoke about this in the Microsoft video, but I didn't fucking care at the time. They said, "Oh, we've got great support from indie developers and stuff," and then they showed Minecraft. So I'm not sure if that counts anymore. To be honest, it's pretty mammoth. So it definitely wasn't I don't know how many people were there. There must have been like 20 odd indie devs showing their games at the Sony press conference. It wasn't the same as that.
Yeah. I think that's the other key thing is that they've sort of got that market still, which is going to make them more favourable to the smaller developers. I'm impressed with they've totally changed my way of thinking over the past 2-3 years. They've got more and more momentum, and now this has just brought it on, one step further. Because when the PS3 first came out, I had no interest in it. It was overpriced. There wasn't much going for it. And then, as I said, over the years, I've started using my Xbox less and less. And now, I'm planning on getting rid of my 360 because I just don't use it.
Mine's boxed up right now.
Yeah. And mine's literally not boxed because it makes, I don't know, some sort of symmetry thing I've got going on. But yeah, no, I'm impressed with Sony. I really am.
Okay, well, is there anything you guys wanted to add to this?
Just going to mention, probably the one thing that was, kind of negative against Sony was you now have to have PS Plus to play multiplayer games on the PS4, but...
Minor, right?
Yeah, it's no big deal. I mean, Microsoft, you have to pay anyway.
But here you go then. So if you don't already, like me, if you're not a PlayStation Plus subscriber right now, so when I get it for my PS4 and I get a free copy of Drive Club, that's one straight away, right?
Yeah, and if you're planning on keeping your PS3 it's just one PS Plus service, and
it carries over.
You get the Vita games, you get the PS3 games, and the PS4 games. So it's huge thing. So
they also went out of their way to say that the PS Plus requirement for multiplayer is only for PS4. It's not going to move into effect on Vita and PS3 as well. So
cool.
You'll still be able to play your Vita and your PS3 online for free. It's only the PS4 that has the online requirement for PS Plus. But when you're talking about a service which has been better than Xbox Live service for 2 years now, probably, I don't see a problem with it at all, to be honest.
Yeah. I think it was always going to... I was surprised, actually, that it hasn't happened on the PS3. I thought they might cave in, especially when PlayStation Plus was first announced. So the fact that they've resisted it has probably been the difference between winning me over and not. That it was optional. But I don't think you can begrudge them from charging now. I mean, there's a lot that they need to run now. With the whole
it's the whole cloud service thing as well. That's going to be expensive running those servers. I can see why they'd want to do it, but to be honest, I mean, PlayStation Plus is a good service, man. It gives you a good amount of discounts and some really good free games every month. It's totally worth the money you pay for it. If you pay the annual subscription as well, rather than the monthly one, it works out a hell of a lot cheaper. So
the one thing I'm cautious about is praising the new one based on the current system they've got for PlayStation Plus.
The current system for PS3 and PS Vita isn't going to change. It's going to be those features on PS4 plus the online multiplayer. That's pretty much all it's going to be.
Yeah, it's just the only question mark I have is because obviously the PS4 can't play PS3 games. Is when, it's not really going to have that much benefit for someone at launch. Immediately, anyway.
We talking free game wise?
Yeah, you end up with.
You're straight away. You're getting Drive Club, and was it those 4 other indie games as well are going to be available.
Yeah, Don't Starve was one of them.
Yeah, Don't Starve and another 2 of them.
Yeah, so you're going to get a couple of free games already. So yeah.
Okay. Well, that's I mean, that's a good start then, I suppose. Yeah. And as I've alluded to as well before, is when the streaming system comes on, you know, the only other question mark is, will your old PS3 content that you purchased be transferable? Fingers crossed it does, because that would be...
Well, Sony have pretty much come forwards and like announced that they're listening to what everyone is saying. With the DRM situation and the no-use games thing, like, that was in place. Like, the guy, I can't remember his name, the dude with glasses who was talking during a press conference on Twitter...
Yeah,
he said on Twitter that they did have something like that in place, but they reacted to the negative feedback from gamers and removed it.
Really? That's actually...
That's what he said. So, like, there's a good chance that if people really, really want that content across and they're really, like, upset about it, and I'm not saying start a witch hunt here, but maybe, you know, recommend it and ask for it.
Yeah.
Like, don't flame them and stuff. Just ask them, say, you know, this is a feature we'd like. We've got all this content we want to move across.
Well, it doesn't really make much sense, you know. If I own Final Fantasy VII, I can have that on my PSP, my PS3, my PS Vita, and then they're saying, "Oh, I'm sorry, we can't do that on your PS4."
Yeah,
I think. I only brought it up because I didn't want to put the PS4 on this massive pedestal and say, you know, this is fantastic. Even though I think we're being quite fair on both consoles. But imagine, you say Final Fantasy VII. Imagine you spent 40 quid on Ni no Kuni, for example. One of the greatest games that's been released in modern day, and yet you play it for a year, trade in your old console, get a PS4, and you can't play it.
I think there's a good chance there's going to be a way around it, but you're going to need a PS3 console. So there'll be a good chance where if you're connected to PlayStation Plus on your PS4, and maybe if you sign in on your PS3, you might be able to unlock that content in the Gaikai service. There's a chance that something like that will happen, but I wouldn't put money on it until like further down the line.
Yeah, that's what I'd like them to do. Is, you know, it recognises your library and it unlocks them on the Gaikai, so you're not forced to, if you want to play the game, to pay for it a second time, because it just doesn't make any sense otherwise.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
See.
Well, that pretty much sums up Sony and Ubisoft then. Is there anything else?
Done.
Anything else? No? Okay, well, I guess we'll move on. We'll move on to Nintendo and summing up the press conferences as a whole. So join us after the break.
Nice.
Bye.
Bye.